99.5.com, 9:06 our time. Thanks for tuning in. Got a high of 80 degrees and partly cloudy today. Sunny and 83 tomorrow. Partly cloudy and 78 on Thursday. The weekend looks like it is going to be warm. Super warm. Very, very warm. Extra warm. 90 for a high on Sunday. How about that? 90. 90.
What? 90?
90. The big 9-0, baby. We are talking some serious heat.
Had to happen sometime this year. I'm actually a little surprised it took this long to get there.
Yeah. 90 in late May means that we ought to be rounding the corner on 100 by July 4th.
Sounds
That's
about right.
what I'm thinking. We'll see.
So here we are back on the porch talking about how hot it is.
Guess how hot it was yesterday. I tell you
We got to
what,
find something to complain about, right?
Myself a nice breeze. Yeah, the problem has been just so nice lately, you know.
Yeah, it has
been
been beautiful.
There's been no rain. Everything has been green and sunny, and there's been gentle breezes. And I'm running out of things to complain about, which means we have no radio show, and that's a
So
problem.
you'll have to go back to the Lee Jeans
It
compliment.
is a problem.
And your mom.
A lot of people actually talking about Lee jeans, saying that, yeah, they agree.
They're pretty bad.
Lee just doesn't fit right. Somebody, Richard the cop says Sears Tough Skin's worst jeans in the world. West says
Vaguely remember those.
yeah.
Tough skins.
Wes says Lee is made for females and trans. Ouch.
Whoa.
Wow. Did your mom ever buy you the jeans, the Levi's that were so new they turned your knees blue? Classics? No?
No.
My mom
I don't
didn't
remember
believe.
that. No.
I don't
My
remember the
mom
blue
did
coming
not
off.
believe in pre-faded jeans. She just did not believe in them.
It's kind of like people buy jeans that have holes in them. You're like,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Oh, I saw a
That's
pair of those
waste
for
of
like
money.
$150 the other day. I was like, really? I'll put
No.
my own holes in my knees.
That's
jeans.
right.
And
Thank
pay a
you,
lot
appreciate
less,
it, yeah. No, actually, when I was a kid, my mom would only buy one kind of Levi's jean. They were $10, and unbelievable, $10. But they were stiff and they were new and they were always that deep, deep blue, which you went into school, you couldn't bend your knees, and you just were, and everyone was like, "Oh, Dixon got new
Got
jeans."
new jeans, yeah.
I'm like, at
You
least I
always
could
knew the
afford
person
them.
that did.
At least I could afford the new jeans. How about you? You couldn't afford them. You get your sister's hand-me-downs. Thus you wish she'd taken better care of that dress, huh? Okay.
Wow.
Drivewaywashing.com, drivewaywashing.com. Cody runs this place, has for 11 years now. They wash so much more than driveways. They do decks, they do patios, they do roofs. They'll do gutters. They will take care of your siding, get rid of rust stains. And, of course, yes, they wash driveways, needless to say. How about cleaning your fence? They can do that as well. Garage doors, yeah, sure, why not? They'll take great care of you at drivewaywashing.com at a price you're going to love. Get the free estimate. 915-0646, 915-0646. Most likely, Cody's going to be the guy who comes by, gives you the estimate. About a 3-4 hour job most of the time. You don't have to be there while he's doing it. I love that. He can actually take good care of you in your absence. And when you come home, if you're not satisfied with the job, call him back and go, hey, there's a couple of spots you missed. Come back and do it. But you're not going to have to do that because he's a pro. He knows what he's doing. Drivewaywashing.com online or call or text 915-0646. Get the right job at the right price. Drivewaywashing.com. And now this man.
It's Steve's turn.
Well, speaking of complaining, recently one of our favorite whipping posts has been Disney and their creative side of things and all their properties because, well, let's face it, some of them have been kind of lacking here in recent years. And no doubt they've made their fair share of mistakes. I'm not going to go crying for them, though, because, this was brought to my attention yesterday by our good friend Spud. Seems with the debut of The Devil Wears Prada 2 not that long ago, bringing in almost 120 million worldwide, that shot Disney released movies over the $2 billion mark in global ticket sales just since January 1st. The help of films like Hoppers from January, the somewhat surprise hit Send Help brought in almost $100 million at about the same time. You look at movies that were released late last year but are still pulling in money since January 1st. Avatar Fire and Ash falls well short of its predecessors, but it still pulled in some $1.5 billion to date. Zootopia 2, trying hard to top $2 billion, probably going to fall short, just short of the $1.9 billion mark, actually. But hey, that's not shabby either. Of course, there was a time when the $100 million mark was a very impressive figure to jump over when it came to box office, so it made the likes of Jaws and Star Wars in 1975 and 77, respectively, very amazing in that they pulled in over $300 and $400 million in their initial releases, respectively. Just makes that all the more impressive, or at least for that time. So then $500 million suddenly seemed well within reach, so we just kind of skipped that, and we started looking for the first $1 billion earning film. Well, to date, there have been 60 films in the history of Hollywood that have pulled in at least $1 billion in box office receipts. And I use Hollywood very loosely because, well, I'm talking about all of moviedom all over the world, Bollywood, China, and all that. Disney, as it turns out, lays claim to releasing well over half of them. 35 of the 60 movies were released by Disney. So now $2 billion is also reachable. 7 films have crossed that mark. Disney owns the rights to 6 of them. Those films, by the way, are Avengers Infinity War at $2.05 billion at number 7. Number 6, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, $2.07 billion. Titanic, $2.26 billion at 5. 4, the Disney outlier, the Chinese film Ne Zha, comes in at $2.26 billion. Never seen it, never even heard of it. Number 3, Avatar: The Way of Water, $2.33 billion. Shows we have no taste. Number 2, Avengers Endgame, $2.79 billion, and sitting at number 1 still, Avatar, the first one, $2.93 billion. So maybe $3 billion becomes the new benchmark. By the way, for the record, the numbers 8, 9, and 10 all also belong basically to Disney. Sony Spider-Man No Way Home was done in conjunction with Marvel, a subsidiary of Disney. The aforementioned Zootopia 2, done by Pixar, owned by Disney. And speaking of Pixar, number 10 is Inside Out 2. So we've got a twofold bottom line here. Disney's still making money hand over fist. It's proof they can make movies that we do want to go see if they can get their heads out of their collective hindquarters long enough to make a good story that doesn't have another agenda to it. So Disney, how about we just kind of go back to that and just go make the good movies that we just want to see. Make a good movie with a good story. Can we?
To some degree, it's almost inevitable because they are so incredibly large. They own Marvel. They own Star Wars. They own, Fox and ABC, obviously. But also they own, Disney. And like you said, they were in conjunction with Sony when it came to Spider-Man No Way Home. Excuse me. Voice is giving out on me again. Yeah.
Hello. Me.
Get that frog out of there and you'll be all right.
So, being that big, if you can't churn out a lot of quality product, then you probably shouldn't be that big, They have just become this behemoth as they have slowly swallowed up a little. I'm reminded of the Steve McQueen film, The Blob. It just kind of sucks in everything in its path while nobody's looking. I feel like at some point somebody should have said, whoa. You can't have the Muppets. I'm sorry. You already got Marvel and you got Star Wars. You can't have the Muppets. You can't have Pixar. You can't, whatever. They had Pixar first, really, before all of that. And then they decided that they wanted to start absorbing all of these other things into the universe. We're arguing about whether or not Paramount should own Warner Brothers? You look at it and go, this is going to be like 1/10 the size of Disney by the time they're done with this. I don't know how you can really complain while this behemoth over here is sucking all the oxygen out of the room. And as good as the movies you mentioned were and as successful as they were, they still churn out an immense amount of garbage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a little frightening how bad some of the stuff from Disney can be.
For a while, Pixar kind of lost their way, save for maybe Toy Story. Toy Story is one of those things that just, obviously the right people were in the right place at the right time, but they had some movies in there that Pixar was releasing that were just utter junk. We've talked about the Star Wars universe. You got the wrong people in control.
Oh, yeah.
You got to put the right people in control. I'm hoping that Dave Filoni understands, because he's the new head of the Star Wars branch. Hopefully he understands what we're all looking for, and we want to go back to the basic George Lucas vision for this group. And Jon Favreau seems to have a good idea for it. We'll find out, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, I think there might be a little fatigue there.
Get the right people in the right places.
You know what really makes a difference? One of the reasons I think Quentin Tarantino was a great filmmaker right out of the chute is that he's a huge fan of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going to hire someone to direct your Star Wars movie or to manage, I don't know what you would say, from start to finish, maybe produce the thing, you should find somebody who in 1977 as a young boy, was staring up at the screen with wide eyes, completely enthralled by the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Not some, I don't know, no offense intended here, of course, but not some trans lesbian nun who maybe saw part of a Star Wars film once and is like, well, we need to fix this. And you're like, you don't need to fix anything.
Yeah.
You need to please the fan base.
And this is why I think Jon Favreau might be the right guy, because he is that kid.
Yeah.
He talks about it in all of those interviews about how he was just thrilled as a kid watching the original Star Wars. I was 9. I remember that.
Sure. I was 13.
It was amazing to watch all that on the screen because you'd never seen anything like it before.
Never. Nothing quite like it in my life. And even more important than that, my dad, who was probably 50 or closing in on 50 at the time, loved it too.
Yeah.
Well, you don't find a whole lot of movies that the 13-year-old and the 50-year-old like at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was so cool at the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it really was.
I mean, it
Something-
was enthralling. And you know what? I can still watch that movie anytime, any day, and still feel like I did in 1977 when I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
And so this is what Disney needs to learn. Stop messing with your fan base. When it
Leave it
comes to
alone.
Marvel,
Right.
think about the kid with the flashlight that was reading the comic books under the covers at night after his parents had turned out the lights. That's the kid you need to get. You need to get that guy and stop trying to change it around and make it something that it's not. I don't know why they have trouble understanding that. 9:17 with Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. The world would be better if they would just make me king. We're all agreed? Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Yeah. This would be Chuck Mangione's other big hit. I believe it's called Feels Okay, something like that. Feels-
No, not quite.
Feels
no.
so good.
Give it all you got.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, well.
It's the one he did for the Olympics.
9:23, Dixon and Vining.
If there was ever a song I would
Pardon
want to
me.
play
Yeah.
on that instrument, it would be this song.
On the saxophone.
Yeah.
Really?
And I wish,
Hmm.
I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime.
You ever think about getting Van to come over and give you a
Well,
lesson
you
or
and
two?
I have talked a little bit
Yeah,
about
I know,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you bought a saxophone.
Mm-hmm.
You had big plans. Dreams, I say.
Dreams.
Get any sound out of it?
Nope.
Not even once.
Nothing.
Bless your heart.
I'm like, I'm not going to be any good at this.
Look, reed instruments completely baffle me. I'm of no help to you
Ay, ay,
whatsoever.
ay.
I can't do a thing with a reed instrument. Can't. Give me a horn, I can make some sound out of it. Give me anything with strings, I'll figure out how to play it. But yeah, reed instrument, nothing. I got nothing.
Nope.
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
It's really sad. Our good friends over at Birmingham Broker, that would be Craig and Keith and all the guys that work so hard day in and day out there. Love the fact that they can help us sell used cars quickly. That's the key. Here's the other beauty part of it is the equity in used cars right now, huge, still sky high. Yeah, they're really holding their value. Used cars, used trucks, used SUVs. So if you are thinking of getting out of the current vehicle that you're driving around in, and you need just a little help because you don't have maybe time to deal with this yourself, and maybe not the expertise and knowledge that these guys have, well, just take your vehicle over to them. 2224 4th Avenue South. That is in beautiful downtown Birmingham. You pull up in the bay and these guys greet you. They take a look at the car. They run the numbers, and then they sit down with you and say, hey, we think we can get this number for your vehicle. And usually the process is pretty quick. Depending upon what's going on in the market and that sort of thing, they know exactly how to price it. So, hey, they're not giving the car away, but at the same time, it's not sitting there for weeks and months. Their deal is let's get it sold as quickly as we can and make sure that we get you top dollar for the vehicle so that you'll have that money in hand to make your next deal on whatever the car or truck or SUV you want. That's what's great about Birmingham Broker. Get in touch with them. We love them. Day one, they've been with us. We trust what they do, and they'll take good care of you. BHAMBroker.com is the website, BHAMBroker.com.
All righty then. It is 9:25, and if you were to tell me that Christopher Nolan, one of my all-time favorite filmmakers, made some of my favorite movies, Memento, Inception, Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, truly amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And he was going to make a version of the Odyssey story of Homer.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm like, I'm all about it. I mean, you know it's going to be big, it's going to be epic, it's going to be sweeping, it's going to be fantastic. How could it not be fantastic? It's going to be amazing. Everybody's talking about it. Then you find out that in his version, Helen of Troy is played by Lupita Nyong'o. I'm sorry, what?
Who?
Yeah.
Huh?
Lupita Nyong'o, African actress who's been in a number of
Black
things.
Panther.
Black Panther was a big one. Yeah, she was at the Oscars a few years ago. I think she was up for one, but did not get it, if I recall correctly. And you say, well, come on, man, you can overlook that, can't you? Really? Can you overlook Elliot Page as Achilles? Elliot was formerly Ellen Page. Hey, congratulations, Christopher. You've talked me out of seeing your movie. Well done. Well done.
Not one for Richard.
See, I was thinking Achilles should be played by an actual guy. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
out, you know.
The name itself.
Yeah.
Would say, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I recall correctly, in Troy, it was played by Brad Pitt. Uh-huh. This is, some of this I'm sure has to do with some of the, if you're going to be up for Oscar contention, you have to have all these different races and you have to have like a person of different sexuality or whatever. I mean, they came up with all these goofy rules. So Helen of Troy is black, despite the fact that she is described as being white-armed and of, beauty like the sun, et cetera, et cetera. We've decided to make Helen of Troy black. We've decided to make Achilles a trans person. Okay. Because we want to be up for an Oscar. Okay. You're not really that interested in telling a good story then, are you?
Apparently not.
I'll be out. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Or very little, as the case may be.
You know, Netflix has started making deals where they are going to be they make films and then they release them in theaters. In fact, I've seen a couple of them in the theater already. A Netflix made movie that goes into the theater first, and then eventually, when it finishes in the theater, it finds its way to Netflix. First place it goes.
Yeah, I think you're going to find that more and more, by the way.
Why, asks one critic, was Charlize Theron's Apex not one of those movies that ended up in theaters? It went straight to Netflix. Has to do with the Australian outback. It's apparently a big action film. Not a whole lot of plot involved in this. It's a little bit like, you know how much I love Jurassic Park movies just because it's people being chased by dinosaurs?
Yeah,
There's no plot.
No, the whole movie is that.
That's all it is.
Yeah, big chase.
Yeah, big chase by
And
dinosaurs.
they're scared to death.
This is apparently her trying to get away from bad people the whole time. Taron Egerton is in it, and I think he might be one of the bad people. I don't know. But they're like, this is epic. It's sweeping. The Outback looks fantastic. She's great. A lot of action. Why did they not put this in the theater? Why did they go straight to Netflix with it? I don't know. Maybe it was the deal they cut. Kind of sad. Donald Trump attended the Live golf tournament at Trump National, D.C., got the USA chant. USA, USA, USA.
As it should be.
He talked to Bryson DeChambeau. You know, he is a part of the Live team, and he says, you know, I may not actually go back
It may be done.
to the PGA. That's it for
He'll
him.
go back. Come on.
But
Shh.
in 2025, back when he was running, I'm sorry, 2024, he was running for president. He was with Bryson DeChambeau on his, it was like, I guess, a YouTube thing called Break 50. He and a guest are supposed to try to shoot under 50 in a scramble format. And he and Trump did. In fact, shoot 50 exactly. Trump sealed it with a birdie.
Nice.
He is a good golfer.
It's not bad.
Did you have one of those weighted clowns, inflatables when you were a kid?
Oh, the little punching bag
you
thing?
punch them and they go down.
Yeah.
The bag.
Yeah.
I think we should have like this song played by have a little chip in there.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you punch it, the more it plays this song. Little Chumbawamba.
They don't make those things anymore, do they?
Are you sure?
I don't think so. You seen
mean,
one in years?
No, but then again, I haven't looked for them.
What are they called? What do you call them? Punching bag?
I had not really
Clown
thought about
punching
that.
bag?
I had not thought about that. I bet, Steve, look that up. See if you can find one.
It's probably on Amazon. I'll take a
I
look.
bet there's one on Amazon. I bought my daughter one that was one of the Powerpuff Girls when she was little. And she somehow managed to break it literally within minutes.
Dang, they have a Bozo one at Walmart for $39.
Bozo.
It's Bozo.
$40?
Yeah, that seems high.
Is Bozo worth $40?
I don't know. It has the little red puffy ears.
You know what it is?
to the
Probably
right.
a lot of it was licensing fee
Maybe.
just to get Bozo.
Oh, no.
you
Yeah.
choose.
Here's some
choose
cheaper ones. Here's a
other clown.
$7.70 one.
Mm-hmm.
Clown
It'll
bop
last about 3
bag.
seconds.
Yeah, that's just a regular clown. That's what.
I didn't know that they still had these
Mhm.
around.
See, you weren't looking.
I guess not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Shilling Classic Clown Bop Bag on Amazon. $17.88.
Bop bag.
Bop bag.
Nice.
I could get it here tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, well, let's hurry up and get that thing ordered.
Oh,
Mm-mm-mm.
those were fun.
Do you have a graduate in your family? Could be a child of yours, a grandchild of yours, a niece, a nephew. A lot of people graduating right now, some from high school, some from college. Maybe if that somebody is a female, they would enjoy a nice piece of jewelry from Anthony and Company Jewelers. Maybe their very first string of pearls or a pendant, necklace, bracelet of some kind, pair of earrings. So sometimes, if you're dealing with like an 8th grade graduation, might be a first pair of earrings for a young lady. Look, Anthony and Company is ready to step up. Something in every price range, something at a price point that you are going to love, and the selection is absolutely huge. Vast selection, little bitty prices, can't afford to even have a sale, never do have one, and they're never gonna unless something gets on closeout, and then they're just selling it as a loss to get rid of it. That's the only time that is going to happen. But they can also design and redesign pieces for you as well. So check them out. They're right there, 2080 Valleydale Road next to Ragtime Cafe, Anthony and Company Jewelers, or online at anthonycojewelers.com for graduation season. Spring in Mulberry is expanding its recall of select chocolate bars to include all 12 of its product lines over concerns of possible salmonella contamination.
This is their whole product line. Everything. Yee.
Going to be difficult to bounce back from this.
Yeah.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration said the move follows an investigation that identified a batch of dates as the likely source of the contamination. Now identified a single lot of date ingredients used in the production of the company's chocolate as the most likely source. It looks to me like it's this milk thing. You know, we found this out. There was a question about some macaroni and cheese products and some frozen products. And, basically every one of them involved milk in one way or another. And so this milk must have found its way into an awful lot of stuff. Because I don't remember reading so many stories about product recalls over salmonella in a row.
In a long time.
It's been quite a while, if ever. First 2 rounds of recalls initially affected mint leaf flavor, Earl Grey, lavender rose, mango chili, mixed berry, mulberry fennel, pecan date, and pure dark minis. Those remain in the recall, and then they threw in basically everything else that is made. Basically, if you have a product that is made,
they needed to cover that.
Spring and Mulberry.
Yeah.
Pull it.
It's too bad for them because, again, you think about the revenue loss for this company, and you just got to throw it all out and start over again.
Yeah, man.
Yikes.
Hershey's limited edition collectible kisses are back. These are Pokemon kisses.
Huh?
Pokemon.
What's Pokemon about it? Just the packaging?
Not really selling me yet.
I'm going to guess
Yeah.
it is the packaging.
That's it?
Oh, so I can't eat a real Pokemon, huh?
They feature red and white foil to resemble a Pokeball with 151 designs inspired by the original characters printed on the bottom.
This seems like a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
But Maybe you're trying to attract the kids. Okay.
I'm going to rush right out and buy some of
But
that.
you know who ends up eating all those Hershey's Kisses?
Me?
The
Mom.
kids.
Mom does. Mom will eat every single one all the way to the bottom of the bag.
You know, it cracks me up because back when I was buying a lot of macaroni and cheese, because I had a kid who ate a lot of macaroni and cheese, you'd go there and be like, oh, we got SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, we've got, Transformers. And you're like, you are paying all these licensing fees to have macaroni in the shapes of these characters. It still just tastes like macaroni, by the way.
Did it sell, though?
Well, and that's the question, because how much are you driving up the price by having to pay for the licensing fees for all this stuff? Just serve macaroni and cheese. Just make good product. And no, they got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay,
Well,
fine.
or just leave the product inside the packaging the way that it is. Put something on the outside that
There
I
you
don't
go.
know. Hey, the kids go, oh, I want that. And
There you
they
go.
don't even know what it is.
That's
They're
right.
like, okay, we'll get that.
By the time they're home, they've completely forgotten it.
They didn't even, that's exactly right.
Gone.
Just like, remember, they did that with breakfast cereal.
Oh yeah.
All the breakfast cereals, they put, whether it's Wheaties or whoever, it was that's what sold the cereal. It wasn't that the cereal was any
Well,
different.
sometimes there'd be a toy inside.
Oh, yeah.
Not
They
a
need to go
Wheaties
back
box,
to
right?
that.
Yeah.
Not in
Yeah.
a Wheaties box.
No, not in the Wheaties box, of course not. But I mean,
They need to put good toys in there, like yo-yos
Mm-hmm.
and maybe a kazoo.
they used to put stuff like that in there. That's
Yeah, I
gone
mean,
now.
what-
It's
You
all
mean
over.
the stuff that you couldn't choke on?
Right.
Yeah.
Just put that in there.
Those days are gone.
It's a shame.
What happens to KFC's leftover chicken, you ask?
What
No,
do you
you
mean?
haven't asked? All right, well, I'll ask for you.
Okay, so whatever happens to KFC's leftover chicken?
And believe it or not, they are tied in with a food bank. It's the Harvest Food Donation Program, which they launched themselves in 1992, Yum Brands, parent company of KFC. The Harvest Program is a global food donation initiative designed to redirect surplus food to local hunger relief organizations. They joined the program in 1999. They since have donated over 92 million meals to 4,300 nonprofits worldwide via the KFC Foundation. Now you say, wait a minute. How in the world are they donating fried chicken? Well, fried chicken can stay up to 4 days in the refrigerator. So after it's reached its point that it can sit under the heat lamp, they move it to the fridge. They keep it in there. They send it all over to the food bank. And some say, well, I mean, people don't really want a day-old fried chicken.
Nothing better
I
than
don't think-
day-old
yeah.
fried chicken.
First off, beggars can't be choosers. All right.
Right.
You're hungry, aren't you?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Cold fried chicken ain't that bad either. It's kind of like
Ain't
cold
that-
pizza.
Ain't that bad. Sometimes it's the best.
Yeah.
Can I have
the
the
absolute
pieces in the
best.
bottom of the bucket? I'd like that.
When it's
please.
all kind of got that congealed grease on it, that's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, give me some of that. That stuff is fantastic. They also, by the way, some say they used to take the dark meat home with them, and the white meat would then be removed from the bone and cut up and used in their pot pies. Also, the chicken barbecue sandwich has leftover chicken in it as well. This is no different than Wendy's taking. They throw the stuff into the warming drawer.
the
then
burgers
right.
that don't get used,
Then
and they put it
chop
in their
up
chili.
and throw it in the chili.
Yeah, it's
I
good
mean,
stuff.
I think you really need to
Why
use,
not?
use
I
it
mean,
all. That's what I
yeah,
say.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Use it all.
Why do we need fresh burgers that we're going to cook all the way down to their dark brown?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to go in chili. If you got leftovers, throw them in there.
Yum.
Mm-hmm.
Count me in. Now, yesterday we talked about what? Smash burgers, was it? I don't remember.
We talked a little smash burger.
You said I was going to go get one of those. Did you get one?
I didn't.
I did not either.
No.
I didn't really eat that much at all yesterday, as a matter of fact. But now I'm going to make you hungry again, as Cracker Barrel is bringing back a couple of beloved dishes, including 2 all-new menu items. Summertime campfire meals,
Oh,
returning for a limited time.
okay.
What exactly is a campfire meal? Well, if you ever went camping and you kind of threw a bunch of food into some foil and wrapped it all up tight and then threw it in the fire,
Yeah,
then you pulled it out,
it was ready to
opened
be
it up,
eaten.
food is done,
Right.
right? This is basically it. Available now, these slow-cooked foil-wrapped dishes are served in a cast-iron skillet with CB's signature seasoning to mimic the smoky flavors of cooking over a fire. Campfire chicken features a half chicken, sweet corn on the cob, red skinned potatoes, carrots, grape tomatoes, and onions in a buttery broth. While campfire beef features the same veggies alongside slow-braised beef. Both are served with warm buttermilk biscuits on the side. New this year, they're expanding the campfire vibes and bringing the summer tradition to the breakfast menu. With an all-new dish, the Campfire Breakfast Skillet features scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, roasted red peppers, and onions, all topped with Colby Jack cheese, served with a brand-new side of country home-style potatoes.
What's not to love about that?
Then they throw in some desserts.
That's
Why
just
not?
what you need after all.
2 dessert skillets featuring the cinnamon roll skillet and the s'mores brownie skillet,
Mm.
which features Hershey's chocolate. Pair it with the limited time s'mores latte. Other summer sips include the watermelon mimosa, watermelon lemonade, which is made with CB's signature old-fashioned lemonade. And then they have 3 new limited time treats for America's 250th birthday. All-American double chocolate fudge Coca-Cola cake, the cherry Coke float, and the All-American Kids Sundae. This begs the question. Now, it could be because I was a young man. 7th grade, if I remember correctly. It seems to me that in 1976, we were all consumed by the bicentennial.
Very much
Every
so.
magazine cover, everything you watched or listened to, everywhere you turned, bicentennial, bicentennial, bicentennial. Is 250 just not as big a deal?
You're seeing it more, and I think maybe, this next month we'll see even more of it as we get closer to
We're literally
July.
6 weeks away. I
Yeah.
mean, we're 6 weeks away from this, maybe 6.5, whatever, to get to the 4th of July. And then it's over. It's technically our 250th anniversary all year, if you think about it, because because we signed the Declaration of Independence. Everybody didn't even sign it on the 4th. Some people didn't even get around to signing it until August. Those are the procrastinators, Democrats. And
They had to travel a long way,
yeah,
Richard, by
some of-
horse and carriage.
Some of them did, it's true.
Or walk.
Anyway, I just feel like it was, I don't know, a little more pervasive in 1976, 50 years ago. But like I said, that may just be because my mind wasn't consumed with paying utility bills and keeping my truck running. When you're in 7th grade, your big choice is, what am I watching on TV tonight?
That was about it. I don't know. I'm seeing stuff out.
Yeah, I'm on your 4 stations that you could actually
That's
watch.
right. You had 4
one of which was
options.
PBS.
That was it. And then you said, I give up. There's nothing on TV. I'm
That's
going
right.
outside.
I'm going to go read a book. Crazy.
See, you're reading a book. I'm outside.
I went outside.
Bye, kids.
Sometimes I'd read outside. It is beginning to make its rounds. Things like the birthday cake, 250th birthday cake popping up.
Right. Walmart's
at,
got a whole section now of
Do
like
they?
250th anniversary stuff.
Well, I
Yeah.
better go take a look at that. I need to show up one day. Should we do the? Well, I was going to say we're not going to be here for the 4th of July, but maybe leading up to it, we could wear something more patriotic.
Absolutely,
Come
we
up with
could.
some patriotic clothing just for our 8 YouTube viewers. We want to make sure that they're all satisfied and happy. It is 9:48 with Dixon Inviting on Talk 99.5. Your texts, plus the Dixon Inviting question of the day coming up after I tell you about the Alabama Men's Clinic and how they are going to fix your testosterone problem. You find yourself draggy. You find yourself tired after work to the point where, the kids are like, let's go out and play some football. And you go, I'll watch. I'll just sit here and watch you guys. I'm sure you'll be great. Yeah, that's what old age and lack of testosterone can get you. Now, you pump yourself up with the right tea, you get to where you need to be. Suddenly, old age is no longer an issue. You feel like $1 million. You got all the energy in the world, and you are good to go. Alabama Men's Clinic can make that happen for you. They have a variety of options of getting your T level where it needs to be. First, you get the test, of course, $99 for your initial consultation. Powered by Men's Pro, it's urology-backed science, and it really is going to change your life. Take it from a guy who knows. Getting your testosterone where it needs to be, a game changer. 598-7000, the telephone number. They help with your ED, your hair loss, your weight loss, peptides, and GLP-1s available. Men is, in fact, their middle name. We're talking about the Alabama Men's Clinic, 598-7000. Or online at alabamamensclinic.com. Make an appointment there in 30 seconds or less. 9:55. Dixon Inviting, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Ready to hand things off to Skippy and Jimbo. And then, of course, you get Leland Live and Will the Chop Father, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Tim texts us and says, when I was a kid, jeans were called dungarees. Well, damn, Tim, you old.
Dungarees. Yes.
Jay says, will the Chop Father broadcast on Friday? Well, he will, but not from the event. Also, will there be food options or adult beverages at the Jawbone Jam? It's at a bar, so yeah, there's going to be adult beverages.
There'll be beverages. Not sure about the food. Because they used to have a restaurant attached to it, but I don't think there's that.
There is a restaurant going in. I don't know if they're open yet.
I heard about that, yes. I'm interested in that as well. Chris says, don't pity just sharing that song with the trumpet. Makes me miss my parents who passed away on our trips to the shore. I'm from Philly, and trips to Atlantic City and Sea Isle City. Songs like that make me miss them so much. Huge thanks. Glad we could make you feel melancholy, Chris.
Aw.
Let's see here. Kathy goes on and on about the 3 baby copperheads that she ran across. Richard the Cop points out that Chick-fil-A used to use leftover chicken for chicken salad the next day. Do they still have chicken salad?
I think so.
I have not been there. And Sean says, I was just telling my wife the other day that I wanted to start encouraging more patriotism for the 250th, as I didn't think we were showing the traditional amount of support. This is a great time to bring America together like we had after 9/11. I do believe that there is a case to be made for back in 1976, we were all just, we weren't nearly as divided as we are now.
Yeah,
And
there's a
I-
lot of division.
I honestly believe that there's, I'm not going to say 50%, but probably around 35% of the people in this country truly hate the United States of America. And they're not going to celebrate the 250th.
Which is really sad because it tells me you don't know how great you have it.
Exactly. A lot of them just haven't had a decent education on the subject, which is sad. Let's do this.
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
If you had to beat the devil in one competition for your soul, in what would you challenge him, Steve West?
Friends trivia.
Ooh, Friends trivia. That's good. What did Chandler do for a living?
You going back to the test.
That's
my
right.
favorite episode.
Yeah.
He was a transponster. That's not even a word.
That's not close. What about you, Valerie?
I said backgammon.
Backgammon.
I would beat him. I would beat
Really?
the devil in
You're
backgammon.
a good backgammon
Yeah,
player.
I would just
I would
wipe him clean.
Never have figured that
Yeah.
out of you.
Yep.
Very good.
How about you, Richard?
Joke contest. I've got a Rolodex of
Like
jokes
that.
in my brain, and I can spit them out like a machine gun. I know way more jokes than the devil does. He's not even funny, I bet. Kim says playing hardball. Thomas says let's have a spelling contest. James suggests bathing in holy water. That's a pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Michael says a dialogue on why the egg had to come before the chicken. We would debate a paradox full form. Okay.
Get into a debate with the devil. Okay.
Jay says honesty. Paul says blackjack. Derek says singing War Pigs by Black Sabbath at karaoke. Okay.
It's a little bit different from the devil went down to Jordan.
John says no challenge. Just let him know if he takes me, he has to put up with my family. That might be enough to turn him away. George suggests a shooting contest. Bringing binging on cooking shows and Survivor, says Billy. I don't know.
Oh,
See who can go the longest without sinning, says Richie. Challenge him in seeing who could sing Nothing But the Blood of Jesus the longest. That's from Brent.
yeah, the devil would lose that one.
Rotating my hands in opposite directions at the same time. Most people can't do it. I don't know what you mean by that. Fastest assembly and reassembly of the 1911 A1 Colt service pistol, says Steve. Fiddle for 5,000, Richard. Okay. Picking the slowest checkout line at the grocery store, the slowest traffic lane in rush hour. I win every time, says Joseph.
It's pretty good.
Good for you. Goofy golf, and of course with windmills and dinosaurs and such. He says a hollering contest. Dick says coin hunting. Who believes Jesus paid for their sin? All right, that's it for us. We're out of here. Back tomorrow. Dark and
Bye.
early, 6 a.m. Bye-bye now.